Hi, this is Tim Williams with Dwyer Potter Attorneys. I'm the lead litigation attorney here at the firm and also a partner. I'd like to talk about cervical fusion surgery. So when a person has a disc bulge or herniation that's causing symptoms, and the doctors can't get those symptoms to go away with conservative treatment, then one of their only options is what's called disc fusion or cervical fusion. Essentially, they go in there, they take the problematic disc out, and they put what's called an allograft strut in, which is a piece of bone, and then they put a plate on it and allow the bone there to fuse. This is important because if left untreated, the condition can become worse and it can even result in paralysis. So we can see at the top of the diagram, this is a cervical surgical discectomy and fusion. Discectomy simply means they're taking the disc out, and fusion means they're fusing the two levels of bone. Here we see the doctor cutting the throat in the front. Some people might find this suspicious because we know the spine is in the back. However, the doctors rarely approach through the back because of all the muscles in the back of the spine, whereas the front of the spine, there's hardly any muscles at all. So what they do is they cut, as we see here, the front of the throat, they move the esophagus and airway out of the way, and voila, there's the disc. In this picture, we see the skin retracted and the C5 and C6 vertebrae are labeled. C5 simply means cervical number 5 and C6 means cervical number 6. So we're actually looking at a neck surgery in this photograph. Now the doctor is taking what's called a wronger and a scalpel, and he's cutting away the disc, and the wronger is like pinchers, and they're actually grabbing the disc and pulling bits and pieces of it out. And then we look on the smaller photograph there, and we see a side view where he's doing the same thing. And he's actually taking the disc and cutting it away from the bone and pulling it out to remove the disc and remove the problem area. And here we see the area where the disc has been removed, and the doctor is placing what's called an allograft. An allograft simply means a piece of bone. Sometimes it's harvested from a hip, sometimes it's harvested from a cadaver. And you also see a drill. The reason the doctor uses the drill is to rough up the area of the bone to promote healing and fusion. And so the drill is used to remove the area of the bone, both above and below the area where the allograft is going to be inserted. These are the two bones between which the allograft has been placed, and we can see the allograft between those two levels. Now, what's on top is simply a plate. That's a metal plate, usually titanium, and screws. And so what the doctor does is he puts the plate on the bones and he screws it into place, and this will keep that area fused temporarily while the bones actually heal and turns what used to be two levels into one level. In other words, it used to be two bones with a disc in between, and now those two bones are going to fuse to the allograft, and it's going to be essentially one big bone. After the surgery, the doctor will continue to monitor the patient for up to a year, as it takes usually that long for a fusion to fully occur, after which time the patient will be off on their way. I want to thank you for watching this video, and please feel free to check out other videos on our website.